So welcome you all to our collective calls. Happy Thanksgiving. And yeah, hosting today's meeting as always, Ivan and Malika, working with our holidays. And yeah, we got three speakers for today, three amazing projects to share their pitch and answer some questions. So we've got our dear pitchers, so to say, Sheldon, co-founder at Donald Buff Project, Alex, CEO and founder at CoPilot, and Andrius, founder IDEA Engine.AI.
Yeah, let's go with the Alex at from CoPilot.
So my name is Alex Korobeinikov. We are building the first autonomous AI assistant to save the time of the founders. So we interviewed more than 100 founders to get insights on how they are wasting the time to micromanagement, communication, all the boring stuff, which distract and move the focus on what is not important. And this basically, they're losing focus on strategy and leadership and failing the deals, failing like the partnerships, opportunities, and they usually trying to work on some personal like productivity and use like different apps to keep everything organized. Usually people hire the assistant for this, but we live in AI era, and it became possible to make it done by the multiple AI agents in one place. So I'm the third-time founder, and I launched the startup with 500 million assets under the management, and my team is experienced. Like it has like solid business operations and engineering background, and to solve the problem with this like startup founders and founders of the small enterprises, we creating the partner AI. So the partner AI itself, it uses the AI agent system to tackle the founder's routine tasks and to control activities he has and to help to keep up with what is most important, and not just guide, but actually deliver in time. So we estimating saving from 5 to 20 hours per week and save a lot of mental resources. So we start from the communication routines, follow-up routines that will be covered probably the later. Like think of it as AI executive assistant with a team of AI agents out of the box, which continuously builds a business operations framework based on the knowledge about you, about the company, about what you do, and eventually becoming a COO to help you with the operations. So the market itself, it's like across the world, it's more than 500 million small enterprise founders, like businesses. And market of like process mining software grew 40% in 2023 and like expected to grow to reach like 90 billions in 2027. So it's like really like huge market of the, like automatization and like different companies that focusing on the automating the processes in the larger company. But if we talk about the smaller enterprises, there are a lot of things that should be handled and delegated, but there is not much alternatives to the like human assistance. So our go-to-market strategy includes like it's basically targets US founders at the first place. It's pretty good and applicable for any countries like European and region as well. So we plan to use the virality and the free channels for the first stage, and we started to use the target ads for testings. So that's more like for the like applicable for the pilot. Currently, we started to fundraise, and our ask is 1.5 million. It would be enough to cover all the expenses for the first release, for the direct sales, for the partnerships, and most important, it really good buffer for the exploding growth after the first release. So currently, we start closed beta. We're starting closed beta in December, and we plan the public launch in February. So we got a great interest from the target customers, and we already have like more than 250 founders, like 9 founders out of 10, they want our product, and they asked me to add them to the wait list. So, and we just started the pre-order campaign. So they want the assistant today, and that's probably the most important. Let's build a big future where everyone leads and innovates. Thank you. Any questions?
10 minutes for the questions. Thank you, Alex, for being on time as well. And guys, as was said, feel free to address any questions to our speaker. By the way, you can find all the relative information regarding contacts in the chat section, so feel free to contact Alex if you want to. And now to Q&A time. Guys, expecting your questions. Okay, while the public are waiting, can I be the first one addressing the questions? So could you tell us a bit more about the competition in this sector? So how can you handle that, and why your product is superior in this case?
Oh, good question. So first of all, our competitors are human assistants, right? So they are more expensive and not reliable, 24/7, right? And they still make some mistakes. I personally fired 2 assistants, and I don't have any, I now rely more on the AI agents and the workflows that we prepared for ourselves. So from our product, for the similar product, which which claim that they are provide some assistant, like AI assistant. It's Sintra AI. They have a less functionality. It's more like fractioned, and at least for the everyday founders routines, and they much less autonomous. ReadAI, it's not autonomous at all, and it still requires onboarding, like some learning curve. It's expensive, and it's less functionality for our target. Superhuman AI for the inbox communication, it's much more expensive, and also it's not solving the founders who are in the field problems. And probably the HubSpot CRM, much more micromanagement, like excessive functionality for founders as well. So that's pretty describes the competitors.
Okay, thanks. But we could see the screen while you're answering the question. But if you had some notes prepared,
cool.
It doesn't matter. Okay, that's fine. Okay, cool. So what about the versatility of the assistant? So to what projects it might fit? It finds the best fit, and are you expecting the cases that the assistant might not fit in certain projects that are out of its expertise? And can you imagine like a total different use case to your assistant? So is it universal?
So our basically the development path for the assistants themselves is, as I said, like we're targeting the operation stuff. So our vision is to create the perfect operation manager for the founders. So that's why we're targeting the founders who starting from scratch, probably, or the first-time founders of small enterprises where not much processes, like developed processes, and we are willing to grow with them as well. So the most important for the founders is like flexibility and ability to delegate the most time-consuming tasks. And we defined, we basically researched the most tasks. So it's all about the checking the all the inboxes that you probably might have on the daily basis. It usually like a lot of communication, especially when you networking, doing some keeping the relation, especially in this digital world. It's about organizing the smaller thing, like calls, like multi-party calls. So it's really pain when you are trying to asynchronously ping the people you want to set up the call with. and you yeah, it's like in average people spend around like 20 minutes to set up the call, like in general. I don't talk about the context switching in this case as well. Like it's a lot of frictions that we need just like get rid of. So we just so we just start from this like smaller things, building the allow our internal task tracking system, internal like knowledge base, as I said it here. So, and based on that data, we are able to create the right processes for the larger, for the later stages. That's it. That's our like go-to-market strategy. That's our vision, and that's how we know exactly how we're gonna grow. Even like mentioned in this case, so we are not competing with the OpenAI and any like Anthropic or any other LLMs. So we just like using their power to build the app on top of that. So once it grows, we getting like even more benefits to just like tailor the product exact for the needs of the business owners.
All right, gotcha. Completely understand, the issues and problems with real assistants and constant calls. Yeah, that speaks to me. And by the way, we got a question in the chat as well. So let me read that real quick. So does your CoPilot include events, attendance help, meaning network structure, etc.?
Network structure. Is it like? Could you clarify what do you mean by the network structure? Like it's more about the CRM, like extraction, deletes.
Sorry, can I add something?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Go ahead.
Thanks. So I mean that, for example, we attend a lot of events, and after the event, you see that you've got about 2 million of how to say that, like network, and you're gonna structure it somehow. So is it gonna help somehow in this way?
Yeah, sure. So this is basically. This is the module that we are going to release in the pilot version. It's we call it like follow-up section, but it essentially uses our own, let's say, contact book, right? So we just carefully store the information about all the contacts that you have, and at the same time we have a note to task system where you can just drop your voice message and the partner transform it to the actionable tasks. So like in the task, it's in internal task tracking. So it's basically something that we are like connect as a system which knows who you talk to and basically offer you the action points, like quick actions for the to talk to these people. So yeah, so you're getting the new context. This is the very important, and actually this is where as well, like also the problem lies on. So many founders, they are doing networking and they are meeting new people, and they are just like do some offline conversations that not digitized, and like no tool knows the context of that conversation, right? So you need to drop some note in the contact itself. It could be either screen on LinkedIn with the person of you connected, or the Telegram handle or WhatsApp number. It stores the contact. It puts the context you talked with this person, and it's like the category. Either it's like potential partner, customer, current customer, or employee, or like investor. And it tracks the actions related to this to this person and offers you the quick actions. Yes, in some way it's structured that, but yeah, there are like multiple ways to use it. And we starting from the follow-ups. So when you meet someone, it does automatic follow-ups and handles the conversation, at least like providing you with the quick actions. So it like greatly reduce the time you are going through the list of the people you met and do some warm follow-ups.
Thanks. Yeah, I guess it answers the question. And yeah, guys, if you want to connect to Alex after the call, here in the chat, you can find his Telegram and his email. And yeah, thank you so much, Alexei, for your pitch. I think we're out of time. And yeah, let's proceed to the next speaker.
Yes, hello everybody. So I'm a founder of Incentives. and be working on a product which is called IDEA Engine. So IDEA Engine is an AI wearable crypto collectibles ecosystem. So we're basically developing a system on a smartwatch device. So what exactly is IDEA Engine? So it's a gamified, deep-in system that produces AI companions on a wearable device. So we're basically creating a new type of NFTs. We're also solving cryptocurrencies utility issue because we providing the utility on our platform for other tokens. So they will be able to create the content and AI agents and trade in desired cryptocurrency. Also, we solving the very important issue that AI is being trained on copyrighted materials. So it's applied our solutions as a new type of NFTs. We are also able to create the content on a smartwatch. So we able to generate with the AI that content like a text, pictures, GIF files, animations. So we're letting our creators to monetize AI generated content. Also, we have a digital identity component where smartwatch works as immutable data storage for user nodes. So our token has the utility. So our token is called incentives. So users will be able to earn incentives if they take notes on our system and they label them. So it's basically like we providing incentives token for metadata. So the data itself is a private, the metadata is open source. So every user will be able to see other users' metadata variables. Not actual data, but metadata. So we basically also NFT mini games or quests on our system. So it's like with the idea to prompt the user on a smartwatch to think in a certain way, to answer some questions or to transfer the instructions. This is how our system works. Then we have a peer-to-peer zero knowledge exchange architecture. So so basically NFT game is basically a collection of threads, and in each thread, user is able to put data variables, prompts, and combine the user data. So that means that any NFT game is highly personalized for every user. Yeah. So we have a simplified component as before I talk. So we have here Tim Ferriss. He's very popular in the US. He written 4 hours work week, and as you see, he has like progress bars. He has ideas list that he can take the notes. He can save for himself, and then we have me. So as you can see, we have like a social file for artificial intelligence. We have 2 avatars, 2 users. 2 users have completely different progress bars because our needs are different. So I can receive incentives code token if I start taking notes, collecting notes, and I don't need to share those notes for others. I just can keep them for themselves. But the thing is, once I start taking the notes, other users can see data variables I'm taking it, and they can create for me NFT mini games with the interesting data structures that highly personalized. Once I receive the NFT minigame, which you can see here, it looks like that. It looks like Telegram clicker animations game, but it has like it has a meaning because we're discovering basically different data variables, so we can create a note for ourselves. Maybe sometimes it's emotion, it could be like imagination. So it gives us, so in this case, in this thread, we have a text. So the text is, you can see the text. So it prompts the user to do something, to think, to imagine, maybe to sit and relax, maybe go for a run. So we already have MVP builds on the phone and on a smartwatch. Also, if you would see like this watch, you would see that I have a different minigame. If you look at our screen right now, we basically have Yukai on our advisory. So we have a catalysis group, which has endorsed us. So our team is quite big, and we're raising 500K for the private round in exchange of 2.5 cents per token. and our DEX launch price is 7 cents. Do you have any question?
Sure, absolutely. This is a Q&A time now. We already received one in the chat. So what kind of cool stuff can users do with no-code platform?
There is a question here in the chat. What kind of cool stuff can users do with the no-code platform?
So they're able to create avatars. They're able to put the triggers with the avatars. They're able to create custom progress bars and send to the another user. So in this case, if let's say all LLMs and artificial intelligence systems, they interacting with the user with a chat bot user interface. So there's an input-output response. So it's always you have to sit in your computer and basically think what to put in. And our system is not, because once we create the AI agent, progress bars, triggers, we just send to the user B, and user B automatically interacts with the user B. Also, we're able to pair minigames and quests with the AI agent. So AI agent already can have multiple libraries of the minigames, or we can create a quest minigame and send to the user B straight away. In this case, the minigame would be highly personalized because it will hold private data labels.
Okay, hopefully that answered the question. Guys, feel free to ask more questions. Andrius, could you tell a bit more about the competition in your area? So, what about it?
So we basically don't have any competition. What we're doing is basically completely unique. It's blue ocean. That's why we decided to produce a smartwatch app, because there's long time ago, some startups, they tried to do something similar, but nothing complex and innovative like ours. So we have no competition basically. Because also if you see Web3 startup which tries to develop a smartwatch app, they're also selling the hardware. We basically utilizing the iOS watches and Android watches. So we're utilizing the existing hardware, so you don't have to buy our hardware.
And what about smartphone users? Can they use that as well?
Yes, sorry. So because it was it's like a multi-platform, because I didn't have much time, I could have shown user interface, how user interface looks like on a phone device. So we automated the process of AI wearable NFT NFTs. So we can just put some data and NFT gonna be generated by itself, or we basically can put all the data manually.
Okay, gotcha, thanks. Another question from the chat: how does the wearable avatar actually help with personal growth? Interesting one.
Okay, so that one. Okay, so it's a continuous expansion with and continuous review, a review of user nodes. So that's the first one. Then we're gonna have activity tracking, mood tracking, and we have analytics for life management. I just had 5 minutes, but I have more user interface to show on the phone and on the smartwatch. So if you would like to understand more, just please contact me, and I will be able to answer more in detail how user interface works and what's the user journey. But yeah, so it would be a collection of nodes, activity tracking, mood tracking, analytics for life management. It will be infinite loops, automated prompting. Also, if you have friends and family, so you just can create interesting data structures and send to them, and you will be able to see that the AI agent just interacts with them with their notes. So let's say, okay, if I see my friend is taking lots of notes, where it's a dream, thought, maybe fear, maybe imagination, maybe goal, I can create NFT quest, combined with the AI data, the raw data, and I can send it to them. So it's completely new computation.
All right, thanks for the question and answering that.
Could you please again open the slide where you explain how it works exactly, and maybe comment it? How does the system work?
Okay, so this is one of this is the slide how the system works. So let's say if you have a problem, so you start typing to ChatGPT and you say, I have this problem, this is the context, Can you help me to solve it? So then watch generates a villain, and to defeat that villain, you need to create nodes for yourself. And if you create nodes for yourself and you collect more data, the villain is his health is reducing. At the same time, we have a mentor, so we can interact with the input-output response directly using a voice commands, or maybe mentor is going to give us a variable NFT quest. So we basically will create more nodes, or maybe we will be able to perform some actions. One second. We'll be able to share as well if you just give it to me more times. I'm so sorry, I'm very slow because it's like nearly 4 a.m. here.
Yeah, not a problem.
Yeah, you can wrap this up and tell that in less detail, but yeah, give us
It's always good to show instead of how to say if the pictures, this is for more than 1,000 words. So that's how this is the old video, but that's how the animations can look like. So it's not only a collection of nodes and prompting, it also can be like some kind of activity tracking. So this technology is completely blue ocean, it's unexplored, and we are the platform. If you have more questions regarding what's our business model, how we planning to onboard user, I'm happy to answer. Before maybe wrapping up, if you have more questions about the product, how I came with the idea, we have a visual novel here. So this is basically a mission and vision and the explanation what is IDEA Engine. So we're basically combining a blockchain, transactions, and AI component on a wearable device.
Oh, that's kind of interesting. Thanks for being so thorough, but I hate to say the time for question is out. Thank you, Andrius, for staying with us, especially in your area. It's kind of super late, so yeah, we're letting you go. Thank you for coming as well. Thank you guys for staying with us. Happy Thanksgiving as well. That was a fun call, no doubt. But yeah, let's see each other next week. Have a great weekend as well. Malika, thank you for helping me out holding this call. And yeah, happy holidays. See you soon. Bye and peace.